And we're in the Chevy Equinox with Beth Lowery. Beth, what's your title?
Vice President, Environment and Energy for General Motors.
And you take care of pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much everything. We're really here at the LA show talking about advanced technologies. And part of the Green Car program, we're having our flex fuel vehicles, the Saturn Vue Hybrid, as well as our Chevy Equinox.
Which is what we're in right now. We're driving a Chevy Equinox, a hydrogen vehicle.
Right.
We're even using, it has blinkers.
Actually, the Chevy Equinox has all the things you would expect on a vehicle today. The difference is it has a fuel cell propulsion system, runs on hydrogen, and the only emission is water. So it's a very important advanced technology vehicle. We even have a little display that shows you what's going on.
I just took a picture of that. So for all the geeks, can you tell us how many bar and how many PSI and all that stuff?
Sure, you can tell us that right here.
Okay, the vehicle is capable of 700 bar fueling, which is 10,000 psi. The tanks hold 4.2 kilograms total at 10,000 psi.
And the driving range?
185 to 200 miles.
And what is special about this particular Equinox?
This is a series hybrid Equinox, they call it. Basically, it has an additional high voltage battery to supplement the fuel cell stacks. Actually, it helps to save the life of the stack. It also adds for acceleration and performance.
Is it a lithium-ion battery?
No, it's a nickel metal hydride battery.
Who is using this particular vehicle?
The Marines are using this particular vehicle at the moment at Camp Pendleton, and they use it for guard mail delivery 3 to 4 days a week. So it's about a 27 to 30 mile route every day that they use it.
One thing that's important on Equinox fuel cell vehicles is we have a program called Project Driveway. We will have 100 of these vehicles, and so we'll consumer market test them and see how they're accepted in the marketplace. We'll have 50 in the LA area, and it's really important for us not to just build the technology, but to put it into a vehicle that people are very interested in from a design standpoint, functionality standpoint, in addition to the propulsion system. So we're really excited about the Chevy Equinox.
And they're going to have to give you real-world technology in return, right? The people that are using these Equinoxes, they'll give you some data back.
Absolutely, and the best part is that we'll have real data, how they run, how they're on everyday life cycles. So it's not something that's in a lab, it's real life experience and all different customers. So we'll have, as we test market with the Postal Service or with the armed services, we'll also have everyday customers too that will be using the vehicles in their lifestyle.
Beth, the CEO, Rick Wagner, just came out today and said that you're planning on having electric vehicles, you have flex fuel vehicles, and you have hydrogen vehicles coming out. Tell me what needs to happen, not just inside General Motors, but inside the United States, so that each one of these are viable options, the diversification of each engine and energy.
Yes, our chairman did come out and talk a lot today about energy diversity, which we think is very important. So we're doing our part with advanced technologies, fuel cells, hybrids, flex fuel vehicles, as you mentioned. But it's also important that we work together to get the energy sources into the marketplace. So for example, on ethanol, we need to get E85 at the local retail stations. We're doing a project here in California. We just received a grant with a group of partners. We'll put 15 stations in the Los Angeles area. We think that's really important to make sure we're developing the infrastructure. With this Equinox Chevy fuel cell vehicle, we'll be doing our Project Driveway to get real consumer acceptance, but we also need to develop the hydrogen infrastructure. So working with governments at the federal, state, local level, making sure we have the right codes and standards, that we have good uniformity with respect to quality of fuel, whether it's flex fuel or it's fuel cells or hybrids. We want to make sure that the infrastructure supports all those.
You also have problems right now figuring out how hydrogen is going to be made. How involved are automobile manufacturers with that?
Actually, we're working as partners with many companies to figure out the best way to get the hydrogen. And why we like fuel cells in the hydrogen economy so much is the diversity of sources. You can get hydrogen from all different sources. Obviously, the ultimate is to get it from renewable sources, and we're working very hard on that as well. We have the first retail station with Shell in the Washington area, and that's really helped with our demonstration project, so you can actually experience fueling up your hydrogen fuel cell vehicle with hydrogen at a retail station. So it's in the same station as gasoline is today. And I think it does require this collective will. It needs government, energy producers, ethanol producers, retailers, customers, companies like General Motors saying, you know what, this is really important to have an alternative. And I do feel that since January or so, there has been that collective will building where people really want to make it happen.
Beth Lowery, thank you very much.